Hi, welcome to number 3 of knives I've got out there at the moment. So if you've found your way here from Trade Me or from anything else you've seen, then this is number 3. And the 2 knives I'll show on this one, which will be on Trade Me very shortly. This is a knife, I call this my general purpose knife. I couldn't really think of anything more interesting, really. I'll have to put a bit more effort in, won't I? General purpose. Sounds a bit boring. Very utilitarian though. Anyway, so this particular model comes with a deep pouch sheath and belt slots on the back rather than a loop. The idea being this is one of the options. It helps to keep that tighter against your body. So when it's on your belt, if you're on a hunting belt and you're in the bush and things like that, keeps it tight, nothing to catch onto, nothing to pull the knife out of the sheath. Not that it's bloody going anywhere ever, but sorry about the tag. I've got these up. But as I've said in my other videos, I'll just quickly say again, this is 3.5mm high quality veg tan hide. I do all the work myself. It's all been hand dyed, Resolene on the inside, and then leather conditioners and all finishes on. The edges are all finished, burnished and edge coated to seal them, and all the stitching is done by hand. This particular model, pinning the sheath a while. There she comes. Not damaging anything. This has, slightly longer blade than your normal bushcraft size. I can give you exact millimeters. So this is 115 in the blade and 110mm in the handle. This is a 4mm full tang with Puriri wood scales. It's native Puriri wood scales, stainless steel pins and tube, and white vulcanized fibre liners. This has a 28 degree, I believe. It's 26. It's a 26 degree Scandinavian bevel with a 60 Rockwell on the blade, just like tang. So and the reason I call it the general purpose, it's a similar sort of thing, the shape and everything, along the lines of it's a bigger, beefed up, stronger Mora. However, it's got a nice Coke bottle handle, so very comfortable, firm grip. It's actually slightly larger. One of the other options I do with this, I do a 3mm version of this, and also something possibly also just slightly smaller, more of a 110, and slightly slimmer handles. So this has quite beefy handles, as you can see. You can see the Coke bottle design of that. Not brilliant with the camera, but yeah. So and it is very much designed for. It's a very, very stout, robust, small camp knife. You can do absolutely anything you want in camp and around camp, and hunting and fishing and everything, that sort of thing. Because that's the whole point. It's not just for whittling and carving. It will do everything really. And the other knife out at the moment is my Pro Hunter. And again, the sheath. This one I must have made this one. Probably maybe a month or 2 ago or something like that. I've been trying to build up a bit of stock. I've slightly altered the. I know that because I'm putting a little bit of a bevel on the sheath nowadays, whereas before I was doing a bit flatter. So, but as you can see, I finish everything exactly the same. And the reason I call this knife the Pro Hunter is because of the way the blade is actually shaped. It's along the lines of the Skookum, where you don't have a guard at the front here. However, the actual scales have almost a double belly, or I don't know what you'd call it, like an 8, a figure of 8 in the middle. And it's this swell at the end, that's what gives the knife and the overall shape of the handle. You know, it's what keeps it in the hand. So if you're having to do any work, if you're doing any cleaning out, it's the overall shape is what gives you that security. However, being able to choke right down to the edge gives you an area that's very, very powerful. It's very powerful to use. The closer you can get whatever you're cutting to your hand, the more power you get. This has a high, almost over 3/4 high grind with a secondary bevel of 40 degrees. So it's 20 degrees each side, so a 40 degree inclusive bevel. This is 4mm, so you've got a thick stock all the way through. So should you ever be stuck out in the bush somewhere, you haven't got a light little flimsy skinny hunting knife, you've got a very purposeful knife that will actually stand up to a lot of work and a lot of use. Good deep belly, obviously great for slicing and cutting work. This has green and red, hopefully this shows up, green and red G10 liners. I think this is Totara, yes, this is a stabilised Totara scales, and again stainless steel hardware on this particular model. Again, options are the different grinds. This can be done with a Scandi grind, steeper, shallower, different handle scales, different liners, as can all the knives. I use quite a lot of pins. I can use mosaic pins, loveless bolts, Corby bolts, although I don't see the point in Corby because you can't tell that they are. So there are all the sort of options, and again the options with the sheaths, I can put danglers on any of the sheaths, or fire steel holders or anything else, or whatever it is that you particularly want. So that's the tool for that one. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the flip side.